I think that last night with Perdomo and Lamet is similar stuff. Basically, mid-90s fastball, high 80s slider. So we got a pretty good read, from yesterday's game on the type of stuff that Lamet has. So, that gave us, and we talked about that pre-series, about these first two guys. And, Clayton tomorrow's, completely different. But, I think it started our last game in New York. We had really good at-bats. It carried over to last night. I think it carried over tonight, so let's keep carrying it over. So for the most part, most of the lineup, really had good at-bats.
How about Mark Reynolds? He hadn't hit a home run in a while, and also
Yeah.
Cargo getting going.
Well, again, I think, I don't want to talk about what's happened the last month, but, a lot of things have coincided with, where, what's happened, both on the pitching side and hitting side. So it's good to see. Again, Mark came back in New York that Sunday with 4 hits. And again, he homered today, which was huge in the first inning after going down 3-0. Cargo got the big double, scored 2. Then the hard hit single off the lefty, scored another. So there's a lot of contributors, tonight. So it was good to see those two guys for sure, make big contributions. That's good. That's big for those guys. And like, Mark, was so good, early in the year, and it's still in there. It's a long year, man. It's 6 months of baseball, and it's. But like we talked about, I mean, I suspect that these two veteran players will help us.
So Antonio continues to give up some early damage, but he also continues to stay in the strike zone, not let him base.
Well, he hung in there. Gave up 3 hits in the first, right? Then the last hit he gave up was the homer. So in between, it was pretty good. But he's growing as a pitcher too. He's 22 years old. He was in Double-A last year. He's got heart of a lion. And this guy's going to be fine. He's just got to keep pitching. His intent is always to throw strikes and be aggressive. So, he'll continue to go out there and help us win. Everything's in the right place. We just got to get, the pitches in the right place. All these guys.
With this being his first game back, part of the reason why, he only threw 83
Well,
pitches to get back.
there's a little bit of a layoff here, right, from June 22nd. I just felt that at that point, he was in the mid-80s, and he hadn't really shown the propensity to have a quick inning. I didn't want a reliever to come in with traffic, so I just thought it was better to get Russ in there and take it from there.
How about the way Jordan Lyles got you out of that inning with some?
Jordan, even Russin, man, they give up, a ton of ground balls that found holes. And Jordan, kept giving up grounders, and they sort of kept getting on base. And then finally, that's a tough turn, the 3-6-1. But ground balls going through, plays not being made. You know what that is? You guys are learning. Very good. Very good. Continues to play well, right? It's really good to see. And he's been, I got to stop saying let's go back to spring training because we're, getting near August. But man, this off season and into the early part of the year, spring training, man, this guy was really ready to, turn, this season around from what happened last year. So it's really, really good to see. He's playing. A really good style of baseball.
With an early error, but gets 3 base hits, drives in a run.
Well, that error's, he dove to his left, made a great stop, got up, tried to make a play, and Mark, almost picked it, man. I think he would have been out. I think Blasher would have been out, but that's a error of aggressiveness. Trying to make a play. Came up. Off the ground, had to come up, spin, throw. That's a tough play, but he contributed 2 good hits, and made another play going to his left that held Myers, at third, and Pirela got the base hit. But I thought Lex had a good game. A couple of good knocks. It was good for Lex to contribute.